都没想到。
对呀、每次都不同啊，而且也没有一个什么规矩，一个规则，所以看的每次都才给，才奇怪，为什么每次都忘记？哇，怎么搞的？
他没有，他4个字而已，少一个拉。
对，他少个拉。
对，少一个拉。
开给你了好吧？因为2点51分了，差不多。 开始了。
尊佛中，美国采国雷战士大随修古道佛法会法会开始，为大众请起，欢迎尊佛中壮二人，无上法王根本。
Today at the Two-Buddha School, Rainbow Temple, North Bend, Washington, our lineage Root Guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Lin Sheng, will be presiding over Mahapratisara Homa fire offering ceremony. Let us now stand, join our palms, and recite the Root Guru mantra, the Padma Kumara mantra.
好，现在是在跟斯顿的同们打招呼哦。现在恭请师尊带领大家顶礼坛城，以拜根本传承上师及十方三世一切诸佛。嗡啊吽观想顶礼，回天心三印200诸菩萨。嗡啊吽观想顶礼，回天心三印300诸护法金刚。嗡啊吽观想顶礼，为天心三印四平等起手。恭请法王圣尊莲生活佛升法王座。
We invited our lineage root Guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Lien Sheng, to ascend to the Dharma throne. We're inviting Shimo Rinpoche, all the Dharma masters, to please take the seats. Inviting all the venerables to please take the seats. Inviting all participants and viewers to please take the seats.
恭请法王圣尊莲生活佛加持助其者报名表格。
Inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Lien Sheng to bless the prayers of the primary supplicants. The offering of Hatha. Let us now join our palms with reverence, and we would like to invite Vajra Master Silien Yin to represent all of us to present the offering of Hatha to the lineage Guru as a symbol of the highest honor. Visualize through Buddha lineage. Namo Vairukana Buddha, Namo Buddha Lukana, Namo Amitabha Buddha, Namo Padma Kumara, Namo Living Buddha Lien Sheng. Visualize Grandmaster and all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas sitting on top of our heads, radiating lights to bless us. We said Padma Kumara mantra 7 times.
Om Guru Lien Sheng Siddhi Hom. 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 Om Guru Lien Sheng Siddhi Hom.
Perform the visualization of the 4 immeasurables. On your right, ancestors and relatives from the father's side. On your left, from the mother's side. Friends and teachers behind you, enemies and karmic creditors in front of you, and all sentient beings around you, together practicing tantric dharma and ultimately attaining Buddhahood. Wake up call, clap twice and snap your fingers. Recite purification mantras and the deity mantra.
Om Vajradang He He Hom. Namo Samando Modaran Om Duru Duru Dewi Soha. Lien Sheng Qing Zhou.
Recite invocation mantra.
Soha. Om Ah Hom Soha. Om Ah Hom Soha. We sincerely invoke our lineage root Guru, His Holiness Living Buddha Lien Sheng. Namo White Mahapadma Kumara. Namo Lotus Light Self-Mastery Buddha. Namo True Buddha School Lineage Gurus. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Khoma. Namo Mahapratisara Bodhisattva. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Khoma. Namo Mahapratisara Bodhisattva. We sincerely invoke the main deity of Khoma. Namo Mahapratisara Bodhisattva.
Namo Golden Mother of the Primordial Jetpon. Namo 5 Dhyani Buddhas. Namo 2 Buddha School, 8 primary deities. Namo Yamantaka. Namo Akalanatha. Namo 4 heavenly kings. Namo Sama Bodhisattva. Rainbow temples, all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, Dakinis, and divinities. All the deities enshrined at the True Buddha Tantric Quarter, at the Seattle Lezang Temple, and at the abode at the South Mountain Retreat. Rainbow temples, mountain god, earth god, plant gods, wind god, water god, heavenly fire gods, dragon gods, and all divinities as well as the city gods, so please radiate light and bless this Homa. Great Homa choosing visualization for student Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize for prostration on the ground. Release the mudra. Second, to all Bodhisattvas. Visualize for prostration on the ground. Release the mudra. Third, to all Herukas and Dhamma protectors. Visualize for prostration on the ground. Release the mudra. Fourth, helper. Great mandala offering. Form the offering mudra. Visualize the transformations of the offerings to become innumerable to fill the whole cosmic space. Make the offering above to the lineage root guru, all the lineage gurus, the main deity of Homa, Namo Mahapratisara Bodhisattva, all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, Dakinis, and divinities, and below to all sentient beings. Recite the offering verse and mantra. Mount Meru, 4 continents, and sun and moon transform into precious offerings for the Buddhas. May these wondrous treasures and merits purge our karma to all of our civilization. Fourfold refuge, visualize our lineage root guru, all the lineage gurus, Buddha jewel, Dhamma jewel, and Sangha jewel, to form bright white light to empower us. Recite the mantra.
Namo Gurube, Namo Buddhaye, Namo Dhammaye, Namo Sankhaye.
Armor protection. Form Vajra Claps Mudra. Recite Vajrapani mantra 7 times.
Om Bori Anjali, 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 Om Bori Anjali.
Inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Lien Sheng to perform blessings with mala. inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Liansheng to set ceremonial demarcation, to bless the registration forms, homework cards, and all the offerings. Please stand up and join your palms with reverence, and together we are inviting His Holiness to perform the ritual of opening the Homa fire pit, to set ceremonial demarcation around it, to lit the Homa fire, to make all the offerings, and to perform mudra transformations for purifications, enrichments, magnetization, subjugation, and Bardo deliverance. We are inviting all participants to recite the Hat Mantra of the main deity of Homa today, Namo Maha Pratisara.
圣尊莲生活，生法王座。
Inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Lien Sheng to return to the Dharma throne. Inviting Sumo Raja Master Lien Xiang to please take the seats. Inviting all the Dharma Masters, all the Venerables, our participants and viewers to please take the seats. During this time, you may perform the Homa visualization, the emergence of the deity in the space above and in front of you, the merging of the deity with yourself, and then the merging with the Homa fire. Visualize the Homa fire burn away all your karma and negativities, and you can continually repeat the chanting of the heart mantras. Recite the mantras of the 8 principal deities and incan Buddha Amitabha.
Om Ma Ling Bei Mi Hom. Om Panamo Ling Ho Ling So Ha. Om Ha 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 Wei Samo Ye So Ha. Om Zhe Zu Li Zun Tei So Ha. Om Jambara Cha Leng Cha La Ye So Ha. Om A Hom Be Za Guru Be Ma Si Li Hom Se. Om A Hom Guru Be A He Sa Sa Ma Ha Lien Sheng Si Li Hom. Đệ Tha Om Be Kha Zia Be Kha Zia Ma Ha Be Kha Zia La Za Sa Mo Kha Te He So Ha. 南无36万亿11万9500同名同号阿弥陀佛。南无36万亿
Homage to the 36,119,500 Buddhas with the same name at the location of Amitabha.
11万9500同名同号阿弥陀佛。请大家祈愿，请佛注释祈愿。
Supplication to the Buddha to stay in the Saha world. I pay homage and supplicate His Holiness, the virtuous and marvelous Tantrika, all Buddhas of the 10 directions, compassionate Bodhisattvas, Herukas, Dhammapalas, and Dakinis, protector of Dharma. All the nights are long, the 3 poisons are proliferating. My body and soul are stricken, tumbling in the misery of perpetual rebirth. With great compassion, His Holiness came to this world to salvage the deluded ones. 3 jewels emanate wondrous light to provide refuge for all. All fortunate beings, human and devas, rely on His Vajra body for the bestowal of teachings, vows, precepts, empowerments, and attainments. We disciples of Buddha plead that you stay in the Saha world to turn the Dharma wheel, to benefit and give happiness to multitudes of sentient beings. Merit dedication. May Allah uphold the Buddha, ascend to the of utmost bliss, repaying thoughtful generosities from above, aiding those in the 3 realms below. Upon seeing the Buddha, may we transcend life and death. Like the Buddha, may we liberate all. True Buddha school disciples wholeheartedly pray to the main deity of Homa today, Mahapratisara Bodhisattva, the wish-fulfilling Vajra, to please by your most brilliant and supreme lights, protect our lineage Guru with peace, health, longevity, all wishes fulfilled, continually stay in samsara to turn the Dharma wheel. Inviting His Holiness Living Buddha Lien Sheng to perform the overall merit dedication. Wholeheartedly we pay homage to Mahapratisara Bodhisattva. Wholeheartedly we pay homage to Mahapratisara Bodhisattva. Wholeheartedly we pay homage to Mahapratisara Bodhisattva. We pray to Pratisara Bodhisattva. To answer, to fulfill the wishes of all sentient beings. We pray to Pratisara Bodhisattva to fulfill all wishes as requested by sentient beings. We pray to Pratisara Bodhisattva to fulfill the wishes of the sentient beings as requested. We pray to Pratisara Bodhisattva to guide the Bardo spirits to be reborn into the pure Buddha land. We pray to Mahapratisara Bodhisattva to, by the requests of the beings, may coronavirus be eradicated. We pray to Mahapratisara Bodhisattva to bestow upon sentient beings good health, all wishes fulfilled, calamities transformed into auspiciousness and strong spiritual commitment. We pray to Mahapratisara Bodhisattva to bestow sufficient resources and to eradicate all calamities. Bestow upon us great harmony, love, and respect, and to subdue all enemies and enmities. We wholeheartedly pray homage to Mahapratisara Bodhisattva. Please bless all participants so that all of our wishes be fulfilled, so that sentient beings can get what they want and all wishes fulfilled. May all be perfect and complete. May we attain the great perfection in our spiritual cultivation. Please bestow upon us spiritual union with Yidam, spiritual union with the Protector, and attainments in the inner tantric practices. To Mahapratisara Bodhisattva, gods in heavens, gods on earth, may we be far from all calamities. May all calamities abandon us. Let all disasters turn into dust. May all of our prayers be granted. May we subjugate all enemies and enmities. May we subjugate all catastrophes. May we subjugate all illnesses. May we subjugate all afflictions. May we subjugate all attachments of our inner minds. May we subjugate all calamities. We say 100 syllable mantra 3 times.
Ha 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 ban ka wen sa wa ta tha ka ta pe za ma mi man cha pe za pa wa ma ha sa ma ya sa to a hom pe om pe za sa to sa ma ya ma lu ba na ya pe za sa to te lu ba di cha za zo me pa wa su to kai yu me pa wa su po kai yu me pa wa anu la to me pa wa sha wa si di me bo la ya cha sha wa ga ma su za me ji da mu si li ren gu du hom ha 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 ban ka wen sa wa 达他嘎达贝扎玛咪门查贝泽巴瓦玛哈萨玛呀萨多阿吽培唵贝扎萨多萨玛呀玛鲁巴那呀贝扎萨多德鲁巴利昌这周美巴瓦苏多卡尤美巴瓦苏婆卡尤美巴瓦安努拉多美巴瓦沙瓦西迪美波达呀查沙瓦嘎玛苏扎美吉达姆西尼人咕噜吼哈哈哈哈呵班卡文萨瓦达他嘎达贝扎玛咪门查贝泽巴瓦玛哈萨玛呀萨多阿吽培。做观想大礼拜，礼拜根本传承。
Great homage using visualization for Surut Guru and all Buddhas. Visualize for procession on the ground, release the mudra second to all Bodhisattvas. Visualize for procession on the ground, release the mudra third to all Herukas and Dharma protectors. Visualize for procession on the ground, release the mudra fourth hepa. Recite completion mantra.
Om bling, om bling, om mali be mi hom. 让我们以最热烈的掌声感谢法王圣尊莲生活佛祖坛大水球菩萨护摩法会。
Let's give a round of applause to show our utmost gratitude to our Lineage Guru for his blessing to this Mahapratisara Homa fire offering ceremony. And let us now join our palms with reverence, and together we are inviting His Holiness to bestow precious Dharma teachings. Let's pay homage to the Venerable Mang Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Zengkong. Homage to His Holiness Karmapa. And homage to Master Thubten Dorji. Homage to the main deity of Homa today, Mahapratisara Bodhisattva. Homage to the three jewels of the altar, Sumo, Danzan Katsu, Toten City, all Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma lecturers, Dharma assistants, directors of temples and chapters, and all disciples present here and over the webcast. Good afternoon, everyone. How do you do? Aisteru 사랑해. Hola amigo. Te quiero mucho. Sukoin. Ichiban. Kimochi ii. Chumi. Yappy. Konnichiwa.
好，唔該晒，多謝晒。那麼我們今天是做
Today,
大水球菩薩的護摩。
we perform Mahapratisara
這
Homa,
裡面有一個要點，
and there's a key point here
結水球八印，
that you have to form the Pratisara 8 mudras the 8 mudras of Mahapratisara Bodhisattva, and I formed them all just now. So once you form the Pratisara 8 mudras, and while forming the mudras and chanting the mantra, and lastly you dedicate the merit. And it's up to you what you request. That's the key point. That's the mantra. And the 8 mudras are, I have formed them earlier in a 5-prong mudra, Kalachakra mudra, Yamantaka mudra, Vijaya mudra. And this one here is the same as Golden Mother's mudra. It's the inner 5-prong mudra. And the second mudra is Kalachakra mudra. And the third mudra is Yamantaka mudra. And the Ushnisha Vijaya's mudra. And 3-prong mudra. And the single prong mudra. Akasagarbha mudra. Akasagarbha mudra. And last one is Mahaprajna Paramita Buddha Mother's mudra, which is the scripture mudra. Scripture in Chinese sounds like tomato. So 8 mudras total. That's the key point. And Mahapratisara is truly responsive. And as I remember, Mahapratisara can fulfill all your wishes. This is an extraordinary bodhisattva that can fulfill any wishes you have. So, the Mahapratisara Dharani, it's noted at the Kapilo Vastu Rahuras, the youth, and his mother Yasudhara, which is the queen, the most beloved concubine of Sakyamuni Buddha. Yasudhara gave birth to Rahula, and at that time they were in the opinion that Sakyamuni Buddha had left a long time, and how could Yasudhara still bear children? So they threw the baby into the fire pit. That at that time, the child of Sakyamuni Buddha in Yasudhara's womb. So she was mindful of the Mahapratisara Dharani. So the fire was extinguished. And the fire became lotus ponds.
玛哈布拉蒂三漏梭哈，意念这个咒语。
So by chanting this mantra only, Om Maha Purati Saro Soha, it generates such power.
另外呢，有一个摩迦陀国王。
And there's the King Magadha that did not have any children. So if you write the Mahapratisara's mantra and have your queen wear it, then she would bear children. So if you ask for a son or a daughter, you would get them. And you would get whatever you ask for. He's very responsive. So the scripture mudra, so you don't form it like this. You have to clap 3 times. And then rub it 3 times. That's the key point. By rubbing 3 times, you're touching the heart of Mahapratisara Bodhisattva. And then you say your prayers, your wishes. Then Mahapratisara Bodhisattva would hear your request. And he would fulfill any request you have. And those are the key formulas for Mahapratisara Bodhisattva. So I would like to announce for next Sunday, October 4th, Sunday at 3 p.m. is Padma Kumara Homa fire offering ceremony. Padma Kumara. Padma Kumara Homa. And we all know that Grandmaster is an emanation of Padma Kumara, the lotus youth. I heard it very clearly, and then I confirmed it myself. At that time, Golden Mother brought me to the Golden Mother fairyland and told me in my ears that you are Padma Kumara. At that time, in the Buddhist world, nobody knew about Padma Kumara, what the lotus youth was about. I was in Taiwan. When I heard that I was Padma Kumara, I asked so many venerables, monks and great masters and great laities, and nobody knew about Padma Kumara. So eventually it was proven that in the caves of the Donghuang grottos, in each of the caves there is a Padma Kumara, and there is a grotto where Padma Kumara is the main deity, not just cave number 314. That each of the caves has Padma Kumara in it. So therefore, there are many Padma Kumaras. That's been proven.
也就是在那个兰州大学。
So at the Lanzhou University, they did the research on the Donghuang, and there was an article about the research on Padma Kumara.
证明是有莲花童子。
So therefore, Padma Kumara's existence has been confirmed. And of the Donghuang grottos, there was a cave where Padma Kumara was the main deity, and there are many Padma Kumaras.
就是师尊的过去式，
So Padma Kumara was Grandmaster's past life. So as true Buddha school disciples, do you want to register as primary supplicants?
你如果不要上师相应，
If you don't want any spiritual union with the Root Guru or with Padma Kumara, then you don't need to become primary supplicants.
那我讲了这句话以后，这个下个礼拜天我要看看。
After I say this, I want to see how many people will become primary supplicants next Sunday.
在说法之前，
Before the Dharma teaching,
以一个笑话做引子。
I would like to start with a joke.
从小的时候，常常就丢三落四，
Ever since I was small, I always forget things.
就是掉到
When I
掉了钱，就是掉了伞，
leave the house, I would lose money or my umbrella,
钱出门。
or I would forget bringing any money with me.
早上要出门的时候，
And in the morning, before leaving the house,
叮咛
Dad kept
记得要带钱，
reminding me,
要带伞，
remember to bring money and umbrella.
不要再丢东西了。
Please be careful and don't lose anything.
善心，
So I
整天小
was mindful of it and very careful all day long. And when I got home, I saw my dad, hugged him, and very proudly said,
看我今天没有把伞丢掉，
showing him the umbrella. See, I didn't lose my umbrella.
愣了一下，
And Dad was speechless and then said, hey, but you forgot to bring umbrella
到底是
when you left the house. So whose umbrella is it?
所以连拿人家的东西回来，
So
他也不知道。
she didn't even know that she actually took somebody else's thing.
学佛的仪轨，学生活中的
So today, the practice procedures for your Buddhist practices or True Buddha school practices, please don't be so careless.
前行就是加行，
So
正
the
行
preliminary practices or the fundamental practices, which is the beginning parts of the practice,
就是要
and then the main part of the practice.
要接受
Primarily, you have to visualize,
持咒，
form the mudra, recite the mantra, and enter samadhi. You need to do all those in the main part of the practice. And for the ending part of the practice, you chant the praise,
这个佛法结束
dedicate the merit, perform the homage, and to complete the Dhamma practice.
念诵
That's the ending part.
就不会丢三落四，
So if you memorize them all, then you will not be forgetful about this and that.
你就要
Otherwise,
百日明咒，
when the practice procedure is not complete and correct, then you have to chant 100 syllable mantra 3 times. By doing so, you can fix it. Like if you have other wandering thoughts, or you forgot about certain piece or miss other thing, then you can fix it this way by chanting the 100 syllable mantra 3 times. This is very important. The first question from Indonesia. Lily. Homage to the lineage Guru. I have 2 questions. Please advise. First, how do we maintain steadfastness in spiritual cultivation? Because in my spiritual path, I often lack motivation and perseverance. Please be compassionate to bless me. So how do we maintain my perseverance in spiritual cultivation? So many people are hit and miss. So they fish 2 days in a week, and 3 days they're just drying the net. So like in 1 week, they just practice maybe once. They don't have the steadfastness to practice every single day. So Grandmaster have said that if you don't practice even 1 day, then you're a ghost. So whenever you don't practice, you're a ghost. So you need to remember. And you want to think like this. You should take a look at the cemeteries frequently. That human lives are short and miserable. That every single being will die. Or you should often sing a song that in a flash you're old already. Do you remember it? Have you heard that song? There's a song that's called "In a Flash We're Old Already." Don't think that human life is long. That in a flash it's old. As soon as when you start to understand, it's old. You're old already. If you often go to the cemetery, it's to remind yourself, to motivate yourself that very soon we will die. Think about it often. The body is not yours.
房子也不是你的，
The houses are also not yours.
车子也不是你的，
The cars are not yours either.
金钱也不是你的。
Money is not yours.
你以为啊，这个爱情甜如蜜，
You think that romantic love is as sweet as honey.
有人是这样子讲，妻子也不一定是你的。
And some people say even your wives are not yours.
以前有一个立法委员跟我讲过，
There was a legislator that told me in the past
这个人在天堂，
the person is already in heaven.
一放就老了。有这条歌，
There's a song.
马上就可以印出来。
Oh, they printed it right away. Well, that's incredible.
不知道何时鬓角已染霜，不知道何
I
时
don't know when
苍霜。
that
突然怀念
the face has
那些陈情
wilted
和懵懂
and nostalgic about the past, the youth and the madness
人生太短暂，
that in a flash we discover that human life is too short. All of a sudden we discovered that the road is no longer long and short. I mean, long and slow.
怎么刚刚学会懂事就老？
How come now everything is so rushed? How come I just learned to understand and I'm already old? And I just learned to embrace and I'm already old. When I just discovered which path to take and I'm already old. How come I just start to understand and I'm already old?
怎么转眼
How come I just understand
不知道何
about
时
time and it's already not enough?
不知道何时容颜已苍霜，
I don't know when
怀念
my feet are already so cold and my face is wilted
无知的年少轻狂，一瞬间
and nostalgic of the youth and the madness. All of a sudden I discovered that human life is short and the road is also no longer long and slow. I haven't embraced myself
怎么刚
and
刚
everything is in a rush. How come I just start to understand and I'm old already?
还没有
And I
走
just
近
learn
就
to
老，
embrace and I'm already old. How come when I
请你常
know which path to take and I'm old already? I haven't even started to take that road and already old.
的心，
So please sing this song often. Then you would have perseverance in your spiritual
因为修
cultivation.
行才是永恒，
Because only spiritual cultivation is
修
everlasting.
行修法
So if you cultivate spiritually
你唱
and
这
do the
条
Dharma practice, then you would have that perseverance.
不在，
If you sing this song,
赶紧修行，
you will discover that time flies. And if you don't make effort, you will be old
刚刚讲
really fast.
人在天堂，
Like what I said, the person is in heaven,
钱在银行，
the money is in the bank,
再来，妻子在别人的胸膛，
and his wife is at somebody else's chest,
兄弟正在争你的财产，
and your siblings are fighting for your inheritance.
记住，什么都不是你，
So remember, nothing belongs to you.
而且呢，孤魂前世少年人，
that in the tombs are many young people. In the ancient tombs, there were many young people. Don't think that you want to start practicing Buddhism only when you're old. In the tantric practices, if you wait till you're old, you have no more chi, and your channels have wilted, and the light drops, only a drop left, and perhaps you don't even have a drop left anymore, and you want to practice the Tao. What the heck? Don't wait till you're old to cultivate, because the solitary tombs are filled with young people. When we went to the columbarium and you look at the photos, there were many photos of young people. So no time left. That's why this would motivate you. Like what I said earlier, the person is in heaven, the money is in the bank, the wife is with other people's chest, and the siblings fighting for your inheritance. So what belongs to you? Well, good thing that you have cultivated spiritually so that you could go to heavens. It would be even worse if you fall into hells. Let's sing a song. In the flesh, we're old already. Once you sing it, you would know that you should practice every day. And for the ordained monks and nuns, you have to practice 4 times a day. 4 times a day. So this is to teach you how to persevere, to maintain the steadfastness and perseverance in your spiritual cultivation. Second question. In my practice, I often dedicate the merits to my deceased father, hoping that he would be reborn in Sukhavati. Grandmaster, is this proper? Because I'm a new disciple and my spiritual power is not that great. But as long as you have the intent, the mind and the heart to do it, it doesn't matter whether your spiritual power is enough or not. As long as you have such dedication and filial piety to your father or mother, and you have the intent, that's good enough. In Chinese, in the ancient time, you have to respect the heavens, the earth, the king, and so you respect or pay respect to the heavens, to the earth, the leader of the country, because they protect you. And then respect to your own father and mother, and also your teachers, and so heavens, earth, king, parents and teachers. So you dedicate the merits to your deceased father, hoping that he would be reborn into Sukhavati. It doesn't matter whether you have enough power or not, but if you have the mind or the heart to do it, that's already credible. if you're always mindful of the heaven, earth, and the country that protect you, to repay the generosities of the fourfold generosities, that's a good thing. So dedicating the marriage to the deceased father is a good thing, regardless of your spiritual power. The second question by Lin Jinlong. Your disciple is grateful for your incessant Dharma teaching to guide sentient beings to leave behind sufferings and gain happiness. I have a request about merit dedication. When we practice purification, enrichments, or magnetization, we dedicate the merits to these worldly practices, so that our wishes can be fulfilled soon. Is it better that we dedicate the merits to all sentient beings to abandon sufferings and attain happiness before dedicating the merits for personal wishes? Or should we just dedicate the merits directly to ourselves so that our wishes can be fulfilled right away? When I recited the Siddhigarbha Sutra, I discovered that dedicating merits to all sentient beings in the 10 Dharma realms will multiply our merits. Thanks for your guidance, Grand Master. This is correct. The Siddhigarbha Sutra taught us. In Tantrayana, we have the universal homage, which is the great homage, is the universal homage. So universally, you pay homage to all the Buddhas of the 10 directions and all Bodhisattvas and Mahasattvas. So you chant homage to the Buddhas of the 3 times in the 10 directions and all Bodhisattvas and Mahasattvas. That's universal homage. And merit dedication of your Dhamma practice to all sentient beings to abandon sufferings and attain happiness. That's your compassion. The greater your intent, then the greater your merit. So, in our merit dedication, we dedicate our personal wishes come last. So, dedicating the merits to all sentient beings will increase our merits. That's the key point. And then you dedicate the merits for yourselves. Then that would be proper. So purification, to purify the calamities of the world. Like Grandmaster every night would perform bardo deliverance. All the disease due to coronavirus, regardless of their race and background. I dedicate the merits to all who died from coronavirus, and then invited them to get on board the Dharma ships, and by the majestic powers of the Tathagatas and Golden Mother, to bless all the sentient beings who died from coronavirus, so that they can get on board the Dharma ships and be reborn into the Sukhavati. I do it. I've been doing it every single day, never skip any day. And I do it for a long period of time. Of course, this kind of bardo deliverance can be done by each disciple. Grandmaster records Golden Mother's power is incredible, and Amitabha Buddha's power is also incredible. So, by the Amitabha's power, in addition to Golden Mother's power, and in addition to the strong faith of Grandmaster in performing the Bardo deliverance, I have no requests. I just wish that sentient beings would leave behind sufferings and attain happiness. So Lin Jinlong's question was good. So you dedicate the merits so that all sentient beings abandon sufferings and attain happiness. That's number one, the best kind of merit dedication. And Jinlong from America. The earlier question was asked by Lin Jinlong. And the next question is by Jinlong from America. Grandmaster, I have questions. First, you taught that the tiger head Vajra can placate an animal form and agriculture. But these are places for slaughter. Why would the tiger head Vajra protect them? So, Grandmaster once taught that tiger head Vajra can placate an animal farm and agricultures. But these are places for slaughter. Why would the tiger head Vajra protect them? So I would like all of you. There were gifts around here before, but now they took them away. These are all too valuables for gifts. There's some in the cupboard. Animal farm and agriculture. So many? Just one is enough. Why don't you choose one? A necklace? A necklace with the Om character. It's beautiful. So please raise your hand if you have an answer.
可以，当然可以。
离开畜生道，是我的想法。对，谢谢。
很好，还有吗？
Any? That's good. Any other answer?
因为你知道，
Because when you raise fish and shrimps, you have to sell them to the market. And they were living beings, and then they will be killed later. And also animal farms or pastures, you raise sheep or lambs, chicken and geese. Why Tiger Head Vajra will protect the animal farms? 延续。
好，请坐。那瑶池金母是瘟神的主人，那因为所以说瘟神要听瑶池金母的愤怒声，虎头金刚的这个勒令。那当时沙耶还未成，
because Tiger Head Vajra has to listen to Golden Mother to be in charge of the epidemics. And so Tiger Head Vajra just followed the order to protect the animal farms. But the slaughters have not happened, so there's no contradiction here. It's also good. Those are contradictory. You raise shrimps, but the shrimps would be killed later. Or you raise some fish, the fish will also be killed. You raise the sheep, they will also be killed. Or geese, or turkeys, or ducks, chicken, and they all will be slaughtered. And also pigs, they will be slaughtered too. If you raise cows, they will also be slaughtered. Why would the Tiger Head Vajra protect them? Actually, it's like this. In this world, a human being is not necessarily a vegetarian. As a Buddhist, the Mahayana Buddhist followers, Mahayana Buddhism place more importance on vegetarian food and also Shantian, several sects eat vegetarian food because of their compassion. So they don't eat animals. But in Tantrayana, we have a bardo deliverance dharma practice. So before you eat, you first bardo deliver and then make offering. So in Tantric Buddhism, does not prohibit people to eat animal food. And for the Vajra or Heruka practices, of course, they don't prohibit eating animal food. Of course, killing is no good. It's not good. But the Buddha specified that if you don't see the killing, you don't hear of the killing, and you don't ask for the killing, then the meat, the animal products are considered clean. And in my personal opinion, if you are reincarnated as the as a meat, as animals, as born as a sheep or cows or pigs or fish or shrimps or many animals. So if you are reincarnated as an animal of food, that means that your karma is heavy. So that in your destiny, that includes, that's the destiny of animal, food animal. So if you're being eaten with such a destiny, if you're being eaten, it would eradicate your own karma. Now do you understand? Because you have created grave transgressions. That's why you were born as animals. And then you have the destiny of being slaughtered. And because you're being slaughtered, and due to the slaughter, then you can be reincarnated to a better realm. So there's this cause and effect. There's the reasons. So as a tantric practitioner, we are not prohibited to eat animal products. And if we are about to eat them, we first make offering and also bardo deliver them, because there's a Dharma practices for bardo deliverance and offering. And the tiger head Vajra, why would the tiger head Vajra protect the animal forms? Because if the animal form suffers from epidemic, that would be horrible. And they would die, more of them would die before they benefit, before they provide benefits. So the tiger head Vajra protects the animal forms and agricultures first, so that they don't die before they mature. And so that the owners of the farms and agricultures can continue to live. If all the chickens in the chicken farm die suddenly, then the owner of this farm may suffer. Or the fish farm, and all the fish died, then the owner would also suffer greatly. They'll be doomed. So tiger head Vajra protect animal farms and agricultures, so that they don't suffer from the epidemics or contagious diseases, so that they're all safe. So that they can grow normally, and when they are being slaughtered, the butcher would create karma. But those who eat them, if they are tantric practitioner, they actually bardo deliver them. So to this Jinlong from America, I don't know if you understand or not. You should understand, right? So even a human being will die. All the animals, even if you don't eat them, like a hen that becomes really old. And then the old ducks all over the place, old cows, old sheep. Even if you don't eat them, they will die too. That all beings in the sixth rebirth realm will die, will encounter death. So if you think a little bit more, since they all will die eventually, it's best to make the farms and agricultures prosper and to provide, to give help to the people, sentient beings, and that it's possible that they get bardo delivered too. So that's why I often said that the restaurant owners have to kill. They kill fish, and some kill pigs or cows. And some restaurants sell live lobsters, shrimps, fish. They're all live. Live turtles. Because they sell turtle soups. So Grandmaster taught them, and it's impossible for them not to continue the restaurant business. What else can you do if you don't open restaurants? So all I can do is to teach them to chant the deliverance mantra, a certain number every day, to bardo deliver those you kill. That's also a contradiction, right? Contradiction. So there are many contradictory things. Many Chinese come to America to open restaurants. It's difficult to earn a living other ways. They have to kill. So Grandmaster taught them, because they said they don't know what to do other than restaurant business. So fine, but then you have to chant the deliverance mantra every day to help those whom you kill, the animals that you kill, so that they can rise to the Pure Land. So Tiger Head Vajra protects the animal farms and agricultures. That is correct. Nothing wrong. It's not a contradiction. And the restauranteurs killing animals and chanting deliverance mantra is not a contradiction. It's to benefit themselves and also to benefit the killed animals to be reborn into a better realm. So the person who asked the question was very thoughtful. That's good. Akasagarbha sits atop a cyan lotus. Is this color, is the color of a blue sky or the green of a vegetable? Because in Chinese it's called qing. And qing is used. In the blue sky they also use qing, but vegetable, green vegetable also qing. But the image of Akasagarbha is green typically, but some are blue. But I said it's about the same, either one. I'm not colorblind, but I have cyan color clothes or blue or green. I'm also a painter. Sometimes I paint the sky with blue, sometimes with cyan, and the lotus too. Sometimes it's cyan color, sometimes blue. So the lotus where Akasagarbha Bodhisattva sit on top, is it the color of a blue sky or of a green vegetable? Both should be okay. We are not so particular. The lotus of Akasagarbha is many colors, so there's no need to be so particular about it, about this question. And the one who answered the first question, please raise your hand. 3 people. They all would receive a gift. Please come get it. All 3 of them. I would like to encourage you to answer. A chanting bead. That looks like a necklace too. It's 5 already. And during an exam, and the examiner found a note under Xiaobao's desk and asked Xiaobao, "Is this yours?" And Xiaobao said, "No, it's not mine." And the teacher said, "Come on, don't argue. It's yours, isn't it?" And Xiaobao kept saying, "No, it's not mine." And the teacher said, just answer frankly, I will not punish you." And Xiaobao said, "It's not mine, because mine is here in my hand." They are cheating. The physical education teacher said, all men has two eggs. And Xiaoming said, "No, we have 3 eggs." And the teacher was puzzled. "What?" And Xiaoming said, "Yeah, of course." And and one of the eggs have hatched to become a little bird. One day the teacher asked me, "Do you have a boyfriend?" And I said, "Yes." "But he's in a different world." And the teacher said, "Sorry, I didn't know." And I said, "It's okay, because he's in my dream world." This one would be best for Hui Jin. Hui Jin just saw a news. She watched the news, and there's a skinny girl, and the leg was so skinny that it fell into the grate of the cover of the ditch and almost amputated. And then Hui Jin, after watching the news, sighed a relief. Oh, it's good to be fat. Not even just the cover. Even if the cover is open, that I wouldn't even fall into it, into the ditch. And then Hui Jin continued to eat two other bowls of rice to calm herself. Today we'll talk shortly about Lamdre, the guiding path of the ambrosia, divided into three: the spiritual experiences of ambrosia evenly distributed, the spiritual experiences of the increasing power of the ambrosia, and the spiritual experiences of the increasing light drop. These three are wonderful. So this is the same as the divine water practice of Taoism. So the guiding path of ambrosia is the same as the divine water practice of Taoism. So what is the spiritual experiences of the evenly distributed ambrosia? Do you understand? So that inside your body, all the light drops are evenly distributed. So if there's some more here and less there, then there would be problem. So like the hormone in the brain, you cannot have lots in one side and less in the other side. Then you would have balance. But if you have more on one side and less on the other side, then you would wobble when you walk. Those are about the light drops. So when the light drops or the ambrosia are evenly distributed, then you would be healthy. So insulin is also ambrosia. If your insulin is insufficient, then you would get diabetes. Insulin is also ambrosia. The stomach enzyme, the saliva, the heavenly water, those are all ambrosia. The brain is also ambrosia. They all have to be even. So this section on the spiritual experiences of the evenly distributed ambrosia is talking about this. The next one is the spiritual experiences of the increasing power of the ambrosia, that all the hormones can generate power. When the powers increase, then you would also experience some spiritual experiences. So the power of the ambrosia, or your hormones, or your increase secretion, when they increase, then you would be rejuvenated. You would get younger and younger. And if they deteriorate, then you would age. You would get older and older. And the third one is the spiritual experiences of the increasing light drops. It's the same as increasing the ambrosia. And how to increase them? There are ways. You all know that in your Dharma practice, you use your tongue. The tip of the tongue touching the upper palate. Then naturally the saliva would fill your mouth, and then your mouth is full. And in Taoism, it's called swallowing the saliva. So the saliva descends from the crown chakra, and then you use the tongue to mix it to become foamy, and then you swallow the foam. And when it gets to the stomach, it would increase your stomach and secretion. And then when it reaches your intestines, it would increase the probiotics. So that's the spiritual experiences of increasing light drops. So in Taoism, there is a practice called divine water practice, which is you're creating saliva and swallowing it, so that even when you're old, you will not have dry mouth. You will not decrease your saliva. Your saliva will not decrease. So I use explanations to explain this. So the spiritual experiences of the evenly distributed ambrosia is that you would have light drops all over your body. Then you will not have any problems or ailments. Like in your knees, if you have no more light drops, like between bones, and you have no more light drops in between, then you would have painful knees. Like in these joints, you would feel pain. Very simple concept. So that in each part of your bodies, with evenly distributed light drops, then you would have good experience. And if it's not even, then you would have ailments. And second, the increasing power of the light drops. Like I just said, light drops do have power. After evenly distributed, it would generate the power, and it would give good spiritual experiences. And then the increasing light drops, that your ambrosia increase, your light drop increase, and the method is the divine water practice, which is swallowing the saliva of the Taoism. That's all for today. Om Mani Padme Hum.
非常感谢法王圣真言生活佛宝贵精彩的开示。
So we are truly grateful to His Holiness' precious Dharma teachings.
带领大家顶礼坛城之后一尊的法门。
And now, thank you. This ends the English interpretation today. Thank you very much.
顶礼坛城，以拜根本传承上师及十方三世一切诸佛。嗡啊吽观想顶礼，回天心三印二拜诸菩萨。嗡啊吽观想顶礼，回天心三印三拜诸护法金刚。嗡啊吽观想顶礼，回天心三印四平等一起手。我们现在恭请师尊师母与尊的弟子说再见。网络直播到此结束，非常感谢大家的收看。We now conclude this live broadcast. Thank you for viewing.